I'm just going to share my screen and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to Slack you guys the repository that has the homework. So let me do that first in the 2008 channel. That's what I want to send you. That might not be the right link. 1 second. I added an extra character. Okay. So now there's a link there. Go ahead and click it, ideally in your Kali. So let me share my screen. And just so that I can see everyone else's face too, open everyone up this screen. And give me some like thumbs up, thumbs down to let me know if you're here. So I'm just in my Kali machine in a browser, and I just clicked that link. I'll make this larger too. Okay, cool. While you're doing that, I'll just talk in general about Git. Git's fantastic, and Git solves a problem that we all may have had before, but didn't even know we had. Have you ever had to write an essay and you had multiple drafts and you end up saving it, or multiple resumes where you save it and it's like, you know, essay final copy, essay final for real, essay final, I hope this is really the final copy, or something like this? This is a form of version control. You're saving the different versions in case you ever have to go back to them. It's not a great form of version control, but it is a form of version control. Git is a form of version control. It's just a way of saving things. So if you want to, you can go back to them. GitHub is one of these resources that allows you to essentially save things instead of on your own machine, on someone else's machine or the cloud. And that's pretty much all we really need to know about GitHub. In fact, there's a ton more you can know about Git. If I go to Git, there's a famous, are you guys familiar with XKCD? If you're not, it's a nerdy webcomic. But let's see if we could get this bigger. Git, it's fantastic, right? Tracks your work through a beautiful distributed graph theory model. Cool, how do you use it? No idea, memorize these commands to get your code, sync it up, save your work. And if something goes wrong, just delete everything and get a new copy, okay? There are really only about 4 commands that you guys need to know with Git. There are more of them out there, but there's only 4 that you ever really need to use. If there's anything additional to that, you could just Google it. But so here it is. Let me know if you guys are here with me. Okay, see at least 1 thumb. Okay, ooh, yes, and we're using those reactions. Okay, cool. All right, so we're on GitHub. Make sure you are logged into GitHub, because that's important too. So just make sure you're actually logged into GitHub in Kali. Cool. And what we're going to use GitHub for is mostly sharing code, sometimes some other files. All right, so here's what you're going to do with it. We're on Full Stack Academy, Cyber Assignment Weekend 1, and we're logged into GitHub. You're going to go ahead and click this button over here that says fork. And what we're going to do is fork this repository. Right now it's living under Full Stack Academy. We want it living under whatever your GitHub handle is. So I'm just going to click fork. It's going to ask you where you'd like to fork this repository to, and I'm just going to click my account. And this will take a few moments. So this is moving that repository, everything over, and you'll notice now I'm under mmincer/cyber weekend assignment 1. Okay, let me know if at least any of you get to this point. Cool. I'm just going really slow. That's fine. All right, cool. Let's get to the fun part. All this code lives on the cloud right now, which is really just someone else's machine. I want this code on my machine so I can start manipulating it and solving it. What we're really asking you to do is 3 Python problems. Let's get them over onto my machine. So I see this green button here that says code. I go click it, and right down there, there's a link. I'm going to click the little clipboard thing, so it just saves it to my clipboard, and now I have it saved there to my clipboard. I'm going to open up a terminal, and I'm going to make some directory for where I'm going to keep my homework. Oh, look, I've got one. It's my home/homework directory. You can choose wherever you want to put it. Here's the super difficult command to clone this repository to my machine. I say git, I say clone, and then I paste that link. Enter. It's going to ask me for my credentials. I type them in. My password, or my username, right there. I do believe it's case sensitive. And then my password. You can go ahead and type your password in. I have no fear of typing it in front of you because it won't be seen on the screen. So you do it right. Oh, that's why. Yes. Sorry, 2-factor. Copy, paste. Cool. It'll do some stuff, and then you should be at this point. It'll say done. Let me move everyone's cameras here. Let me know if you guys get here. Cool. Stop me if anyone has some kind of error.
Matt, Wayden is asking what's after clicking code?
After clicking code, I click code, I get this link, I hit the little clipboard to copy it to my clipboard. I open up a terminal. I go to wherever I want to place this repository. I'm going to place it in my home/homework directory. I do git, clone, paste that link, enter. I'm not going to do it again because I have it.
Someone is asking, where is the cyber assignment? I am on GitHub and I am in the private library.
I put the link into Slack. So you can find it in Slack and then fork that link so that you have it on your own GitHub account. Okay. So at this point, I have cloned the repository. If I ls, I can now see Cyber Weekend Assignment 1. And essentially, I've taken everything that lives on this repository that I can see in this nice graphical format. Like if I go into the README, here's the README actually, right? It just says that. If I look right here and I cat the README on this, oh, I should go inside it first. And cat README, it's the same stuff, right? It's the exact same thing. So I now have all this code here working locally. Cool. So now that I'm at this point, I want to make some changes to this code. Okay. The change I'm going to make to it is I'm just going to change the README. I'm going to add my name to the README. This is mine. Okay. So what I'd like you guys to do is open up whatever text editor you like to use. I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to open it up, and all I'm going to do is go to the bottom. Actually, I'm not even going to the bottom. I'm just going to go right here. I'm going to say, Matt was here. Right? All I want to do is just make some change to this so that I can prove that I can change it. I'm going to save and quit this file. If I cat README, you can see I've changed it. Now, I haven't changed it, though. I haven't changed this copy. If I refresh this page, just so you guys all see, hard refresh. Even though I've updated my local copy of code, I have not updated my code that's living on GitHub. So that's what I want to do now. And this is what you'll do once you finish the assignment. Once you've solved these 3 problems, you're going to want to push your code onto this cloud. That way, next week, Frank and I and the fellows can actually take a look at the code that you've put on and see what you did. Okay, so let's see how to do that. There's a few steps. Okay. I'm going to go to the root of this project. So if I'm right there, Cyber Weekend Assignments, I cd right into Cyber Weekend Assignments. Okay. Type in git add dot. So git add everything here, essentially. Git add here. I'll type git status to see the status of git, and it tells you what you've changed. I've modified readme.markdown, which makes sense, right? I've changed that file, right? So now I need to commit this file. This is like the save version of git. Like this is what you tell git to do to save this version. You say git commit, and git commit takes a flag that you always need to give it. It needs a message, like sort of a little comment for this save that you're making. So git commit -m, give it the string, added Matt was here to read me. Your message can be whatever it is, whatever you want to add, just something that's to add some message to it. So git commit -m, added Matt was here to read me. Okay. If I type git status again, I don't see anything. I'm not done yet. There's one last step. I'm going to show you again. If I refresh, nothing has changed, right? I have to do one more thing, and that is git push. Again, it'll ask you for your credentials. I think I still have this saved on my clipboard. I don't know if I do. No, I don't. Git push. And get my password. Cool. It'll do that. It says where it's pushing it to. And now if I refresh, it has been updated on the cloud, right? Someone else's server now has my updated code. I'm going to put these instructions in Slack as well, but this is essentially the pattern, right? You clone down the code, you make your changes, you add them, you commit them, and then you push them. And we're going to be using GitHub throughout the program, and you're going to be using GitHub pretty much throughout your career anytime you want someone else's code. A lot of this is all public, and just like I just went code, copied this and said git clone, you can do that with a whole bunch of other apps, and that's pretty much all of open source software right there. Cool. Do we have any questions? Did anyone have a problem doing any of these things that I have done? Otherwise, I can just assume that you've all done it, and I don't want to do that. I usually just assume no one was able to do it, and someone had some problems. Are there any questions in chat, Vinny? No?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right, that's pretty cool then. So was everyone able to update their repository?
Sorry, Matt. I was actually trying to. I got stuck at like authenticating again. So I think I got it to git push, but after the git push, we just check our pretty much our depository, right?
Right. So if you push some changes, if you go to whatever your account is /Cyber Weekend Assignment 1, just like how mine is github.com/my account name /Cyber Assignment Weekend 1, and you do a refresh, you should be able to see your changes, whatever they are.
Sweet. Got it.
Okay. Cool. Now that we kind of know how to download our homework, change it, and upload our homework, let's just kind of take a look at what it is so you have an idea. Right, so there's 3 problems. I'm just in the average directory now. There's going to be a README for each problem, and there's going to be a Python file that you're going to need to edit. Yes?
Christina is asking, will today's lecture recording be posted today in case we would like to refer back to this section of lecture and watch the assignments again?
Oh, shoot. Who's recording? Oh, are we recording?
Yes, we are.
Wunderbar. Then yes. Yes, and I will put some explicit instructions as well. So here's the homework, one of these problems, just so we can take a look at what we're probably going to be doing, or have an idea of what we're doing, right? Average, edit the file average so it can accept an unlimited number of command line arguments, and then compute the average of the arguments combined provided. So here you go. This is what it should be doing, right? You call your function or call your script, and then give it some command line arguments, and it's able to return to you the average. Seems like it wants it as a float as well, right? So let's look at what the code is, so you have an idea. Okay, it looks like there's already going to be some code that is written for you, and there's going to be some comments, right? So as long as you read the comments, it looks like there's going to be places where you need to replace some code and some hints, along with any relevant documentation. So you might want to take a look at any of these if we're going to ask you to use any libraries or ask you to use any particular functions. Okay? Cool. I think that's all I have for the homework then. Do you have anything to add, Frank?
No. The one thing I would say is, so in instructions, there's a README in each folder. So one thing inside of each folder, there's the README, which is the instructions for that particular problem. And go to the plumbing one.
Sure.
Matt, you there? You froze? Did I freeze?
Nope. Wait, did you freeze?
Everything looks frozen to me. Nobody's moving.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. Now you're moving.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. So on the plumbing one is a little bit different. If you look at the plumbing PY file. So what the plumbing PY is, there is a Cyberlab problem called plumbing. If you should be able to solve that manually with Netcat. And what we want you to do is to replicate. So the other two problems are just solve these problems. The plumbing problem is basically replicate what you did in that to answer that plumbing Cyberlab program, but through code. And in this one, we left some to-dos, right? You're going to need to use a socket, and we have a function that you can use to consume the data. So that information is there, and if you scroll up some, Matt.
Sure.
There's already a function there that's going to get the text for you, get the text that the service prints out, and then you have another function that you do need to fill out, where you can actually take that data, look for the flag, and then print the flag. So this is the only one that's kind of a little bit different. The other ones, you don't need to use any functions. You can just write them the way you have been writing things.
And so make sure you read the comments. It'll tell you where you should add code and where you shouldn't. So like, for example, this function, like Frank was saying, don't have to touch it. And at the bottom here, you don't have to touch this either. I have a question, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Can I work with any of my friends on this?
As long you can collaborate, as long as you're submitting your own code. So if you want to get a bunch of folks together and work together on this, you want to either through Zoom or some other conferencing software, get together and kind of work this out together, that's fine, but you need to submit your own code.
All right. Cool. All right, so what else do we have to add now, Frank, before our mixer? We have a little extra time.
I think that was the homework. We've done signing up for the games. Oh, We got a hot seat.
Oh yeah. Oh, when we almost forgot.
Hot
Hold on, let me
seat.
get the thing
Hot
ready.
seat.
Maybe you should take a picture before.
I'm stopping the recording.
Oh yeah, we can't